Hey you guys, it's your girl T, and I want to go ahead and shout out Sherelle Cherry, and several people have been sending me this trifling ass story, and it's coming out of our second favorite state, trifling ass Texas. So what's going on now in Texas, you ask? What's going on is that we have a 31-year-old woman. Her name is Charite Johnson, and Charity has been pretending to be a high school sophomore for the past year. She has been pretending to be a 15-year-old girl. This situation is nuts. I could not make this up if y'all paid me. I'm going to go ahead and play you guys a news clip right now, and I will come back with the rest of my content.
Enrolled as a sophomore at an East Texas high school is actually a 31-year-old who's now behind bars. Charite Johnson was arrested Sunday night in Longview and is charged with giving officials a fake name and date of birth. She told officers she was this woman, 15-year-old Charite Stevens. This is a picture from her Facebook page. Charite Stevens is enrolled at New Life Christian School in Longview. In a KLTV 7 exclusive tonight, we spoke to the woman Charity was living with, who now says she has serious concerns. They all know the same face, but friends of Charite Johnson have each heard a different story.
Everything that she was doing, it was all planned.
She gave me the same story about being abused by her biological father. Then he passed away, and her biological mother's dead.
Tamica Lincoln says back in March, Charity told her she was 15 and needed a place to stay.
I sympathized with her and invited her into my home.
Lincoln also met with Charity's 10th grade teachers at New Life Christian School.
I just don't know why she did it. Why put yourself and others at risk to do something like this?
I have deep concerns about her being who we don't know she is, and then she's out there at a school.
As soon as Lincoln and Paul Ward suspected Charity was using a fake identity, they called the police and went straight to the school.
Teachers was crying and students were crying.
School officials would not go on camera, but say a notice about the situation will be sent home with students on Thursday. Lincoln posted a picture of Charity on Facebook and asked if anyone knew her. The response is surprising.
I've reached out to 4 different women off of Facebook that she has contacted. Florida, here in Longview, and Minnesota.
It's pretty mind-boggling, and it causes you to pause.
New Life Christian School has around 30 students. School officials say Charite Johnson enrolled as a sophomore last October under the name Charite Stevens. They say she came in as a homeschooled student without any prior transcripts. Her bond has been set at $500.
Okay, so you guys just watched the news clip. I mean, this situation is just nuts. First of all, this woman pretended to be a 15-year-old girl named Charite Stevens. She lied and told the woman that she was working with that her family had died. This woman went out her way to take care of her, clothe her, feed her. But what's even more disturbing is the fact that people are online making excuses for this grown-ass woman. I'm sorry. People want to say mental illness. People want to say she's probably crazy. She needs help. Screw that. The woman just wanted a free ride. She just didn't want to pay any bills. She wanted somebody to take care of her, feed her, and clothe her. So she went back to her childhood. And the funny thing is, this is not the first time that this has happened. And strangely enough, it's happened again in trifling ass Texas. 4 years ago, a young 22-year-old man, he decided to be a 16-year-old boy just so he could join the football team. I'm going to go ahead and play you guys this story right here, and I'll come back with the rest of my comments.
Markeith Smith looked like the next star football player.
As a coach, you see a kid walk in and he's 6'5", 220, your eyes light up and automatically think defensive end, tight end.
Smith told Coach Ledford he was 16 when he showed up at Richardson's Berkner High School in 2008, and his parents had died.
We all may be tough guys in one respect, but we all have a soft heart for kids.
So the coach put Smith in pads and led him onto the field for 2-a-days.
An extremely smart kid that articulated himself very, very well.
The 30-year veteran coach saw talent and suspected Smith was older than 16, but Smith showed the principal a birth certificate that appeared to prove his age.
He comes back, and on the back of it, or on a section of it, it was saying void. He goes, "Coach, we're not letting this kid in here." I said, "I totally understand."
Smith left and never came back. Real records show he was actually 19 at the time.
Next thing you know, you find out he's been pulling that everywhere, and he may be a con artist.
At least a dozen other schools in Richardson, Dallas, and Garland say Smith had also visited them. Some let him practice with a football team. South Oak Cliff says he brought an imposter posing as a district caseworker.
I thought, you know, we've got a troubled kid. I'm just glad we caught it and didn't affect our kids one way.
All right, so you guys just watched that story. Both of these stories, 4 years apart, both coming from Triflin Tx, Texas. How convenient. I'm assuming Charity must have saw his story and thought to do the same thing that that young man did. The thing I find funny is when that young man was caught, folks were calling him a pedophile. Nobody screamed mental illness. Nobody said that he shouldn't be in jail. Folks wanted off with his head. But now that this woman has been caught, people are making all types of excuses for her. Oh, well, maybe she wanted to go back to school. That's fine. That's wonderful. I applaud her. But there are schools called adult schools. There are schools for adults to go to. There are evening schools. There were college prep classes she could have took. She had no business enrolling herself in a high school pretending to be a sophomore. And I feel bad because, like the woman said in the video, the teachers were crying, the students were crying. This grown-ass woman built these relationships with these students, with these teachers. She basically faked who she was for a whole year. She even had a 15-year-old best friend who's taking this very, very hard. You know, I don't think this is cool. I'm not making any excuses for this woman. This woman knew exactly what she was doing, and that's the problem now. We like to make excuses for people. We blame mental illness. I'm not saying that she couldn't be mentally ill, but that does not negate the fact that this woman lied for a whole year. Granted, what she did wasn't violent. I don't think she needs to be locked up for the next 10 years. I mean, let's not go crazy here. I think she does need some help and treatment, but let's not act like she's some type of hero, and let's not act like this is okay. You know, this is not okay. I don't want somebody who's 22 years old going to school with my damn 16-year-old son and playing football and possibly knocking my son out. They said the man in the video was 6'5", 200-something pounds. He's well bigger than the average 16-year-old. I mean, that's insane to me. And my thing is, she did look young in her pictures, but her damn mugshot, I'm sitting here like, how the hell did they think that this woman was 15? To me, in her mugshot, she looks so much older. I think I can pass for 15 before she can pass for 15. Another thing that I don't understand is, I hated high school. Like, high school sucked. I mean, I did pretty good. I got decent grades, but I hated high school. I hated about 80% of the kids that went to my high school. It was just a fashion show. Half the kids were mean. They were bullies. All they did was talk shit and pick on people. I couldn't wait to get out of high school. And since I've been out of high school, I have not looked back. I wish I would enroll myself into a high school and pretend to be a freshman again. Fuck that shit. They can keep that. I'd rather be an adult, making money, doing me, traveling, having a good old funky time in life than sitting here having to study for tests and dealing with bullies and everything else. They can keep the damn high school memories. I'm good. Anyways, go ahead and leave a comment. Let me know your thoughts on this Triflin Tx story that's coming out of our second favorite state, Triflin Tx, Texas. And also let me know, if you could, would you go back to high school again? If you could, would you be 15 again? Let me know your thoughts on this entire situation. All right, deuces.